Hey everyone, welcome to the garden that is Send Us Flowers, where we only curate the best vibes. I'm your host, Busy, and today I am joined by Sarah ElSayed, and I am so excited for you to be here because you're just an awesome human. You're an incredible creative for cannabis marketing. You've done insane work for some of like the biggest brands in this space and outside of it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So I'm super excited today to talk about just kind of a general theme of living fearlessly.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that when you think about fearlessness that you think of me.
I do. And I really admire you because I feel like, especially after, so many years of a lot of like uncertainty and, in the broader world and in cannabis, you have carved the way for yourself. You're like, I'm not going to deal with this bullshit and I'm going to do my thing, my way.
Yeah, I think I like, as corny as it is, I kind of refuse to be boxed in, as something like I kind of got into cannabis because I was sick of my life and I was just following the things that I started to do that were like, okay, this is starting to feel like a passion thing. Mm-hmm. And so like, I try to still follow the passion. Yeah. I know like the overarching theme is cannabis, it's psychedelics, it's counterculture. Yeah. But, I guess it's about how I fit into counterculture is always shifting. Mm-hmm. So like in the past few years, I've started to explore more food related things and like I'm a home chef. Like I'm self-trained. Like I have no knife skills. I don't know what I'm doing a lot of the time, but like
that's okay.
I care to experiment and to teach myself and to like go online till I figure out what's going on. And if it feels like a passionate thing that I'm excited about or hyper fixating on in the moment, as long as it's related to my overarching career goals, I think there's a way for me to explore it and have fun and make it a part of my identity and career.
Yeah, and just build your skill set. And so for today, there's a few things I want to talk about around the theme of living fearlessly. I'll give you a moment.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. You're allowed to cough here. Make sure you get your bev. Okay, so
always keep a bev.
Always keep bev, which I'm going to ask you about shortly.
You want to try it?
Absolutely.
It's really good.
100%. So today, speaking of bevs, we are going to be talking about, what the best fruit is when you're high, because speaking of all the things you're posting online, you do a lot of work in front of and behind the camera, which I think is a very new phenomenon for people in our generation to be able to do both. And so I want to talk a little bit about that. I want to talk about some of the content you put online. I want to talk about your new podcast. I want to talk about East Coast versus West Coast. You live in New York. Like you're seeing this like evolution and living history. I want to know what's up with that. As you pass me this, I want to know your rolling techniques because if you haven't figured out from this podcast, I'm not an incredible roller. Mm-hmm. And so.
It's blunt.
Okay, I love blunts, but you would never know that because I can't roll them. And so I am very good at smoking other people's, but I should know. And so I would love if you gave me some tips.
Yeah, like it's not a judgment, like if you can't roll, but it's one of those things like it's how I feel when people ask me why I haven't gotten my license yet. Yeah. It's like I'm with you. Yeah. I want to know how to drive as well.
I feel, and so
I want to know how to drive.
No, I do. And so, I love being a passenger princess, which I think I got that from you, by the way. I have to give credit where credit is due.
I didn't invent it, but I embody it quite well. Yeah.
Same. No, exactly. And so, but sometimes you have to be a little autonomous. So I definitely want to know some of your rolling techniques. Then just in general, what's in your bag? You always there is some like just absolute heat on the table.
There is.
So I want to know what's in your bag. And then, with what you post and what's in your bag, so many people today want to post weed, not just content creators, not just brands. You know, everyday people are having a joint on the weekend, are having, you know, a bong rip or an edible after work, and they want to share that.
And they deserve to.
But they can't. And they come to this place where they're like, oh my God, why can't I post this? Like I post, you know, a glass of wine. And so I want to talk about some, you know, tips that you have about posting weed and cannabis and what that's like for you, and maybe how other people can start sharing it too, so we can all like destigmatize.
Yep.
Love
Definitely
it.
Excited.
Okay,
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I love that you're here. And so, of course, how I like to start every episode, who are you sending flowers to today?
I am sending I have a little bit of a list.
Go for it. Also
sending flowers to, let's start with my partner on the marketing side of things, Megan Cunningham. She's sick. She is, I would say, one of the best publicists in the cannabis game. Mm-hmm. So me and Megan work together day to day to, like, you know, do some creative marketing stuff in the cannabis space. Mm-hmm. With her mainly spearheading PR side, and I mainly spearhead creative.
Yeah.
So Megan, one of the best, based in Boston, another Northeast cannabis girly.
We love
that. Red Rodriguez, of course, who former guest and mutual
Who's
friend.
That?
Red Rodriguez.
Just kidding.
Grav Labs, brand partnerships. Just, you know, I gotta say, like, my inner group of friends is just really inspiring to me because they know what they want and they go and get it. And it's like a lot of it is just cold pitching. And that's like a big part of my identity and how I got started in cannabis. Yeah. Was with a cold pitch. And all of my friends, I watched them do it. You know, they shoot their shot. Like, you got to be in it to win it. And Red is one of those people. Yeah. And over the past year, Grav has had some of my favorite collaborations that I've seen from brands at all. So shout out to Red. Always Grav. Throw Grav in the mix. Yeah. Shout out to my co-host on my podcast, Not For Nothing, Natasha, who is also from Pussyweed. Natasha, I'm sure if you guys have not seen our clips together with Liz, yeah, go check them out. Coming soon. And
those are fun to make. We were lit.
Yeah, you know, I also want to send my flowers just to my friends and fam for holding it down. And I think I'm going to have a few others that pop up in the conversation as well.
Yay!
During it.
I don't know if anyone's, like, you know, foreshadowed flowers.
Yeah. It's not like I'm I am having a brain fart, I'll be honest.
That's okay. That's acceptable.
It's mostly that, but
we get
like,
kind of high.
I also
we get a little lit here.
You should be appreciative of people. Absolutely. At all times. Like, I'm the type of person, if I'm thinking of a friend, I'm going to say, I miss you, I love you, I'm proud of you, you know? So as I'm reminded of someone, I'm shouting them out. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, perfect. Well, let's start. So I did do some research on you, and I did read that you have self-defined as a fearless opportunist.
Yeah.
And I just love that quote. And so I want to start with the pod, because, you know, you're telling us that you're a creative, you work behind the scenes with a ton of these brands. What is it like now? And you know, you put your face out there a lot though, but, like, especially with a podcast and creating, you know, a brand around it, like, what is that like now being in front of the camera?
It's weird. There's an adjustment period, I think, that's happening for me. It's more vulnerable to have your face on camera. It's also tied to your identity. Not to say that, like, oh, we're super famous, like, people recognize us, but it's like,
okay, on some of those clips, you're getting hundreds of thousands, if not, I think a million views.
Yeah, they have.
So,
but
yeah,
it's not
continue
that.
Though.
It's just that, like, you know, as much as people might notice it and be like, oh, there's good in that, there's also people who notice things and, like, will begin judging you. And, like, It sounds corny and weird because it's 2023 and, like, it doesn't happen nearly as much as it used to. But I've also never been this vulnerable online.
Really?
I don't think so.
Would you say this is the most front facing you've been?
Oh, absolutely.
Even when doing like, you know, content for brands? I guess because you're not really sharing
and it wouldn't be my own pages. And it's like, you have to think like well, you probably know this, but like the people who grew up with you are seeing you online just as people who have never met you before.
That's true.
And it's not to say that my identity has changed at all, but I don't like stay in touch with everybody.
Totally.
You know, so they're like, they have I guess it's just the concept of being perceived.
Perceived.
Do not perceive me. Watch my content, but don't perceive me.
Isn't that a wild phenomenon of like how you're perceived and by very different people and ones who know you or don't. And, you know, it's this part of you, but also like kind of like a characterization as well. Isn't that wild?
It is.
That is interesting. And so tell us more about the podcast itself. How'd you start it?
So we are friends of the studio that we record in. And Natasha and I were sitting in here one day, co-working, just talking and laughing as we do, and like doing our independent work.
Yeah.
Separate projects, just body doubling. I always mention body doubling because I have like very bad ADHD. And like I think a lot of it is like self-medicated with cannabis. So
totally,
I'm always seshing and working and talking and being around people that helps motivate me.
Yeah.
So that's what we were doing in the studio. And our producer, Mark, was here. And we just started laughing and he overheard us and he was like, why are you not doing this on camera? So we were just like, you know what? Maybe we should put out some funny clips on social. Let's say a few of these like lists that we were like ping-ponging back and forth. And people thought they were very funny. So it was the podcast that was never supposed to happen. But like after a few clips went viral, we started to get the, where can I watch this? And we're like, watch what? You want to watch us talk to each other?
Yes.
So
yes, they do.
We decided to put our fears aside and just start recording and investing some time into it, some effort into it. We're very supported by our creator community. But yeah, so the podcast is exciting. It's coming this month. It's this March. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay, do you have an official launch date? Are we allowed to... do you think you have one?
I think I do.
Roughly?
It's going to be the end of the second week of March, but there's no exact date. But follow us on social. Not for nothing pod, number 4. And we will be posting all of our clips and announcement details there.
Okay, good. Yay! Yeah. No, the clips have done so well. And like the way, you know, that like the editing is done and the way that you both are able to like the wittiness and what you have to like say to each other is so fucking clever. And it is just, you know, you two, because I know you two.
Yeah, it's how we act off camera.
But it's like amazing because it can be condensed into a format that everyone can like share and engage in. And literally just today, like I was like, oh, murmur. You're like, oh, we talked about that. And like, I can't wait to see how that conversation is. And it just is so relatable. Like there's all these little moments that even when you both were recording that I was like, oh, I totally relate to that. Or like, that's totally me.
Thank you.
And I just like, I love that. And I can't wait for other people to experience that too.
Thank you. We want to be the friends that are seshing with you and whining about like the people you unwind with at the end of the day. And you're just, or the people that like, you know, are whining through the morning till you get through it and you're like, oh, it's already noon. Like, you know, lunchtime.
Oh, there we go.
You know, like
we made it.
I got out of my shower. I had my 2 coffees. Yeah. Like I'm on the go right now. And I laughed a little bit before noon. So
there we go. And so a lot of the culture, I feel like, of the podcast is kind of like New York-y.
Yeah. And
because you're both from New York.
Yeah, it's funny. We didn't want it to be like a New York focused podcast, but it's like,
oh, then I'm sorry. Maybe
no,
I
it's funny because we're noticing that like it's so ingrained.
You're like, yeah, we didn't want that to be.
It's not that we didn't, because like the logo has like a Metro card in it. You know, it is very New York, but like that's something we've realized in this process too. Like it's part of our personalities to the point where it's our identity and we can't shake it. And that's what made us such fast friends when we did meet, is that like we just had the same, we had very, very different experiences growing up.
For
but
sure.
very, very similar. Like we met somewhere along the way. There was an intersection. A black sheep intersection, you know?
I love that.
Yeah. So
exactly.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
And so what would you say is the New York weed scene like, and how does that play a role in, you know, a lot of the content you're doing, including the podcast?
It's funny because the New York weed scene involves, it's even more saturated than California, I would say.
Really?
Because I think like almost everyone has their own different rituals, places that they sesh. Whether it's a staircase or a rooftop or a consumption lounge, or you take a walk around the park, or you smoke while you walk your dog, or you meet up at your one friend's house that has the cool neighbors and landlord that doesn't complain.
For sure. And so for people listening who don't, so New York is fully legal now.
New York is fully legal.
Fully.
We do have, rec sales have officially begun. Adult use. Use, yeah.
Yeah. And so is it true you can smoke anywhere? You can smoke weed anywhere that you can smoke a cigarette?
Absolutely. Exactly.
Wow.
Yes. And I think that that's the smartest thing we could have done. Because it's like,
I mean, where would anyone go?
Right. There's nowhere to go.
Like where?
We're on top of each other. Like there's like.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm going to
Central
blow
Park?
it down. I'm going to blow it down wherever I'm at. But
like, I don't give a fuck what the
I'm like,
actual
cigarettes
rule
or not,
is.
I'm smoking. Yeah, that's everybody else's problem. Really.
Yeah.
Hate to be. I am a disrespectful smoker, but
that's okay.
For those who are not, which you make the world go around. You're the reason people like me exist. I think it's important that like you could just walk outside, spark a joint, because it's like, technically, isn't that where we want people to be smoking? It's gonna be blown in my face. Do you want your housing complex to smell like weed, or do you want like it to be evaporated into the air in like 3 seconds?
Totally.
Like, chill out.
I mean, would you smoke in front of a cop? Have you?
Always. Like they're
like,
everywhere.
They're all over the place.
I am as well. Like, and I told you where I am. I'm smoking.
You're like, have I not? Like, right. That would be the more appropriate question.
Oh, definitely. They don't do anything. Like, it's allowed.
Fucking crazy.
It's allowed. So yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's insane. And so 420 last year was crazy because that was the first official one, right?
Yes.
Damn, that's
and it
nuts.
had legalized like just prior,
like
as
just
well.
Then,
like
yeah,
just prior. It was like a celebration for 420 almost.
Okay,
it was cool.
And so, what's going on this year for 420?
I think about the same. I feel like the official meeting spot in New York on 420 is Washington Square Park. Like,
I know you're coercing everyone. Coercing everyone to go there
proudly.
I don't know why I couldn't say that word.
It's okay.
It wasn't working for me.
But that's what friends are for.
To coerce them into going to New York for 420.
Yeah. You should be there. Okay, you should all be there.
I know. So sell us. What's the plan? What are we doing?
So I've heard through the grapevine. Well, I know that Washington Square Park is happening. Basically, like, it's such a central meeting point for everybody around the city. If you're coming from the Bronx, if you're coming from Uptown, if you're coming from North or South Brooklyn, like you can easily commute to Lower East Side. So, and that will be somewhere in the radius of where you're going. And I'm excited because some of my friends are coming to visit. One of my mushroom partners, Bobo Longhorn, is coming to visit. Yeah. And we're all... Yeah, we're going to be chilling at the park. So that's where everybody kind of convenes. You meet people you didn't meet before. Cool. Could maybe buy and sell and trade and all that with everybody in the whole city.
Bodega style. But
it's like, but outside.
Yeah.
It's farmer's market with no booths.
I love that.
Like, it's just tons of blankets, people seshing. It's like very Woodstocky.
Okay, that's a vibe.
It is a vibe.
Okay.
And then it's followed by, in the evening time, Weed Feed is doing a dinner, I believe sponsored by Session Goods. And I'm trying to eat some infused food and like wind down with all my friends at the end of the night. I went last year And it was one of the best days of my life to this day.
That's a bold sell.
It's a glowing review, and I mean it with all of my heart. That was the first day I ever met Natasha IRL.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
and we had
a 420 friendship.
And it was only a year ago. Isn't that so weird?
What?
Codependent.
Okay, that is... Okay, you know what? I am sold.
But we did work together virtually years prior.
Okay. I mean, but a lot of people are kind of like Instagram friends or internet friends, especially since the pandemic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, for sure.
We started working together during the pandemic. So, like, we had not been able to meet except on video chat, like, every day. But it was, like, a very special moment. I thought she was going to be wicked short. And she wasn't.
Everyone is tall to me.
Everyone is tall, even on camera.
I'm like 5 feet tall. I tell
Are
people
you really
I'm five.
Are
I'm
you really
5'2".
5'2"?
I'm like 5'1"-ish.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm pretty tall myself.
I say I'm 5'2".
You know, I have a friend that thinks she's taller than everyone, and she's like 5'3".
It's a Napoleon complex. You have to evolve out of it.
So you think you're tall, or you think you're short?
Oh, I definitely think I'm the tallest person in the room. But you have to think that way, or else you'll feel so small.
Ooh.
Because literally, I'm just looking at people's like torsos half the time.
That's crazy. I never realized how tall. Well, I am much.
I'm just like, hey.
I also have huge hands. Like,
oh my God, you do have really.
I have very big hands.
Oh my God,
yeah, I'm a large person.
What?
Crazy.
Wow.
My hands are like I am like literally. This is like a mother and
you
child.
You have like a whole.
But a child.
Hi.
This is like the difference between a mother and child, is what I'm saying.
That is.
Yeah, I have like
high five.
I have piano fingers, as my family used to call them when I was little.
Amazing. Wow. Yeah. I feel very short, but you do have to feel tall. So that's why I say immediately it is the Napoleon complex.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's very much a thing.
Wow.
Okay, so New York is the vibe. I guess, I could think about it. Should we go to New York?
I think this is the year.
We'll ask the audience.
Okay.
LA or New York or another place.
We're in LA right now.
I know, but like
switch it up.
Where was I for 420 last year? I think I was on my couch.
Not memorable, boring. I'm like, last year I had the best day of my life. You're like, I can't remember where I was.
I know you are.
Don't you want to have the best day of your life?
Casually, you were like, that was the best day.
I'm not kidding. It was like truly a joyful experience for everybody involved. Like, and we were at a table of like 10 or 12 people.
Right.
Every single one of us had such a flawless experience.
I mean, that's amazing. You did have a very spicy take earlier. You were saying
these takes come and go.
I know, but I held on to it clearly. Mm-hmm. You said that New York had the best weed right now.
Yeah, you think like
I
don't even know if that's spicy because
who has better weed right now, LA or New York?
New York. I went to some dispensaries while I was here in LA. Mm. And I am getting it
spill the tea
better and fresher in New York. It's going there first. It's trap-wise, it's going there first.
What's that? Just kidding.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not shopping at the dispensary in New York. I'll tell you that.
I mean, how many dispensaries are even open right now in New York?
I know of 2.
Okay.
There's the Housing Works Cannabis.
Yeah.
Which is like,
I don't know too much about it.
It's not for profit cannabis, actually.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
It is
How
pretty cool.
does that work?
They got priority to open up first.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty dope.
And I'm not exactly sure of the logistics of how it works, like what paperwork and stuff was filed to make that happen. But I do know that they had the privilege of opening first, which was really cool. I went to the opening, and the whole city, it was like blocks and blocks of people.
Wow. Wait, I took hours. I heard about that.
It was crazy.
I didn't that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up more.
And then I know Smacked Lounge just opened as well, which is
and they can consume like at the lounge.
I have to fact check that.
Okay.
I have to fact check that. But that is also, it's in the Lower East Side as well. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
It's a nice little central location.
Damn, that's fucking great. I'm sorry. I just like, as many years as I've been in the industry now, and like just watching all this go where it is today, and like what the plans are for opening up like lounges and stuff.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Yeah. And also, I don't want people to forget that I think the law says after 6 months after the first dispensary opening, you can legally home grow. So that is something I think all New Yorkers should be taking advantage of. Yeah, it should be allowed in the home at this point.
Because I do think that it's important to make this very nerdy distinction, but it's crucial.
Yep.
Because right now, get this, there are literal people who do not want you to grow weed at home. Like, it's like someone being like...
Well, are there people or are there lobbyists?
Well, I wasn't going to name names, but I just
I'm not going to name names, but,
no, but
you have to think.
Okay, it's like, yeah.
I implore everybody to think about who and why wouldn't want them to be able to grow their own plants.
It's just crazy. It's like, imagine someone being like, you can't grow a tomato, or you can only medically grow a tomato. Okay, so that's the distinction I want to make, is that some people are finding this like loophole in saying they support medical home grow.
What's the difference?
Like, well, exactly. Literally, like what?
And that's why I really support DC. And what they've done.
Did it, dude, watching the early days of I-71 was so cool.
There's no difference between medical and adult use, in my opinion.
So I think I think that all weed should be like good quality. And for me, I think a big distinction, at least for a while, was that like medical grade weed or whatever, like you could have higher dosing, like it was supposed to be like, you know, better quality, et cetera, et cetera. I think that all adult use market or rec market or however you want to say it should just be good quality.
I think everything should be good quality. Mm-hmm. But I also think that that's like a decision we make on a regular basis at the grocery store. Are you buying organic fruits and vegetables?
Yeah, not always.
And if not, you shouldn't be forced to either way.
No, totally not.
You're an adult who can make your own decisions about your health and wellness, as long as you're knowledgeable about your options.
Yeah.
You're knowledgeable, like the price point is fair.
Yeah.
And shows a distinct difference between quality.
Yeah. Totally. I just think all people should be able to grow weed.
I don't think anything should be regulated, if we're being real. Like, I think it should all be like descheduled, unregulated. Like, let the people do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Go in the store and buy this, and yes, have tracking and tracing systems where you know where it came from, and you know who grew it, and you know how it was grown. But like, the power's in the information. The choice is ours.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, like...
I love ranting, Sarah.
Yeah, sorry. I got like amped up about that.
No, good.
Like...
I want to get you amped up. That's what you're here for. You're like the most amped person. And so, was Mark giving us a look?
Yeah, Mark's going to kill me for hitting the microphone. I'm sorry. I had to scratch my nose after my rant.
It's okay.
He's like, I'll be the judge of that.
I know. I just saw him looking and I was like, oh no.
You're like, something happened.
What did we do? Okay, anyway. So tell me more about what's in your bag then. You've got the heat. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about what I'm smoking on.
Yeah, where are you smoking?
You're like, you're the weed mob wife.
You've got it,
married
apparently.
To the game. I'm going to bring out what I call the Brothers Grimm. I have Blackberry Gary.
Is that the brand, or
no,
is this like...
it's the strain.
Oh, okay.
This is Surge. And then we also have Fiore. And we also have Fidel's. So these are three brothers who are all growers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't know?
I didn't.
Now you know.
Now I know.
All bringing the heat.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we smoking now?
Blackberry Gary.
Okay.
And we're smoking it in a cool mint.
It's really nice.
Loose leaf.
I'm gonna
so it
get
has
in
a little
trouble
menthol
for that.
kick too.
I used to smoke cigarettes and I quit. The only form of tobacco I do smoke still is a blunt.
Me too.
And it is infrequent. But damn,
of tobacco,
so
yes,
good.
same. I don't smoke tobacco,
So
but I sometimes will hit what me and my friends joke around and call a boof stick. A boof stick is just
Explain to me what a boof stick is.
It's like the nicotine pens that are like the Elf bars and all that BS toxic bullshit.
Dude, when that guy literally offered you an Elf bar in real life, I was like, we do live in like the matrix of some sort. Like I can't.
Do we?
Like
everybody is like puffing on a computer.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like the alignment we have with like technology. We are becoming one with the computer.
Yeah, enough is enough. Like stop vaping. Also, stop vaping in front of me. Like, I'm going to want to hit it. And I don't want to. I don't want that to be a part of my life.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, this does smell amazing.
Right?
Yeah. And it has the terp analysis.
Yeah, I love that. And it has the breakdown of the strain.
Damn, is this for real?
Yeah.
Holy shit. This is crazy.
Do you like orange terps?
I think so. I look a lot more for awesomine.
What is that flavor?
It's in a lot of like apple kush.
Ooh.
Kind of leaning things. I've had it
like a apple fritter.
Yeah. I think I personally had it in a black apple kush.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. It was really good. It was insane.
Check out this frosty mess. This I really like. It's Flowers of Zion.
Damn. Holy
super
shit.
orangey.
Does
That's like what I'm looking
breakdown?
for. I don't believe that it does.
No.
But yeah.
We can scan the QR code.
You can. You certainly can.
Do you ever do that? Do you guys ever do that?
I did on some champagne.
I think I've done
day.
it like once. I really don't. I meant to read off all of these. It's caryophyllene, limonene, linalool, myrcene. And there's like a decent amount of each terp in here. That's crazy.
It's pretty sick.
That's nice. And this is gorgeous. And
it's
it
frosty
smells
as hell.
really good. So what do you look for when you're looking for gas? Like, what is your definition of gas?
Okay, so, colloquially, I do sometimes use gas interchangeably for za.
Got it.
So, but to be clear, there's a distinction when something is gassy in flavor and it has that like literal gasoline, diesel-y flavor.
Agreed.
Yeah, so like maybe like
This definitely had a very gassy flavor. This definitely had a really gassy flavor. I can taste it in the back of my mouth.
Yeah.
Like there's like there's
a kick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then this Pomelo Anderson, this is Fiore.
Ooh.
This is like...
Is it like really the pomelo?
So similar.
You taught me about the pomelo.
Yeah, I did a video on the red pomelo.
Okay, so while we're on this topic, I want to talk about the fruits.
Okay, let's talk about fruit.
Because you teach me so much about fruits. And I know there's a ton of fruit fluencers or whatever, but they're really... I just am not into it. You have really like opened me up to fruits.
Wow, thank you.
And I didn't know what a pomelo was before. Mm-hmm. Because of you and my brother, I do have to give him credit in case he's watching because he would literally yell at me. But have taught me about pomegranates. Now that's like all I want to eat.
Oh my God. I could eat pomegranates just like with a spoon.
Yeah. And so what is the best fruit to eat when high? And then we can come back to how you pick out weed.
That's a great question.
These are very important things.
I feel like I can name like a fruit in each like category, right? Like
okay. What's like your top three?
For stone
then?
fruit?
Oh shit, we're getting deep.
Yeah, for stone fruit, like it's hard to name. I do love stone fruit. So it's like I would go with cherries or I would go with nectarines or peaches because I love all of them. Mm-hmm. I guess it depends like what kind is around. Like donut peaches when they're perfect, yum. Have you had those? The little flat ones that are like...
Donut peaches. And we're still in stone fruits.
Exactly.
Okay, what's your next...
We're in stoned fruits, baby.
Yeah.
So, I love all of those. And then I like... when it's like tropical fruits, like...
Tropical fruits.
Oh my God, I love a perfectly fresh mango. I know you love mango. You love mango. Yeah, that's right.
I will go very out of my way and pay so much money for very good mango.
Yes. And yeah, I've judged you for it.
I know it was on video.
I've judged you for just how far you've gone financially for a good mango, but like I respect like the terp chasing. I really do.
You
like,
tried it.
You know, it's fucking good.
Like, okay, so oh my God, we're gonna go to Erewhon.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm
gonna buy you pomegranates.
My Erewhon shirt.
Oh my God, do you have?
I have an Erewhon
jealous.
shirt. I do.
have stopped myself from purchasing any Erewhon merch.
Well, this was by Pizza Slime, so it was kind of like it was kind of like a big.
So it's heady Erewhon.
It is everything. It has to have like an air of like limited release, random collab, artist release. You know, I think my rule of thumb with like streetwear is I only want it if it's going to result in a cease and desist.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
That's really what informs my like me buying like a shirt or a hoodie.
Would you say that informs your weed buying? Full circle.
I don't know about a cease and desist for weed, but like the exclusivity definitely pushes me. I want to know what people are talking about and why. Like, I want to see for myself. I'm like, is it worth it or not? You know?
Totally. Yeah.
Like, I want to be the judge of that.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why I like to try, I guess, hype weed. Yeah, but for when it comes to, like, merch and, like, clothing and stuff, I want it if I know there's going to be some historical significance to it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to take us back to fruits real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We had stone fruits.
Yeah.
We had tropical fruits. Any other tropical fruits?
I like kiwis, but like it's take it or leave it. Like I wouldn't like, it wouldn't be in my death row fruit plate.
Got it. Any other categories of fruits that we should be aware of?
I enjoy a really fresh lychee.
Ooh.
I love a good plum.
Okay. What category of fruit is that?
I think it is a stone fruit, honestly. Earlier, my alarm went off at 11 a.m. and Natasha was like, why did that go off? She's like, were you planning to wake up at 11? And I'm like, no, this is just my 11 a.m. alarm. It just goes off every day at 11 a.m. to keep me on track. What am I supposed to be doing at 11? Nothing, but you should know that it's 11. Like, get your shit together if you haven't by now.
I love that.
Yeah.
I like having just a get your shit together alarm.
Yeah, it's just reminding you, like, this is the time. It's almost like a grandfather clock.
Wow.
You know,
What a
make
throwback.
your own.
Yeah.
I'm going to set an alarm for every hour. Just to keep me on track. It's like the
you know what?
Pomodoro.
I was about to say. Wait a minute.
Which is a tomato.
Okay, hang on. Maybe that's why society is so unproductive now.
Because we don't set alarms every hour. We've phased out the grandfather clock.
I mean, time doesn't exist. So many people say that now. I bet no one said that when there was
Spas,
grandfather clocks
casinos.
around.
They should have grandfather clocks.
They would ban them. I bet there's been a secret movement to get rid of grandfather clocks.
I don't doubt it at all.
Do you hear time anymore? There's no
Audible
indicator.
The most I get is like an alarm on Friday if I'm in North Brooklyn. And that alarm will let me know that it's Friday after sundown.
That? Wait, what is that alarm?
Actually, it's in Brooklyn, in like Williamsburg.
Yeah.
It lets you know that Sabbath is about to begin.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just like, oh, sometimes I get the indicator that, oh, it's Friday.
Even religions use...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even hear church bells anymore.
Dude.
It's crazy.
Think we have stumbled upon something.
Yeah, hidden secret.
Really important here.
I agree.
And I'm like not even kidding. I'm kind of kidding, but like I'm not joking.
It's like, it's true. It's crazy because true.
We need to discuss this more.
Yeah.
I don't even... What?
Time isn't real.
Time, there needs to be like an audible like sound to it to have the indicator of like, hey, like you're human.
Yeah, like time has passed and we're all agreeing upon it now.
Yeah. Okay, so I would say this is really good weed.
True. And we're only like one blunt deep.
I know. Okay, so
Ooh, I kind of want to check out this RS11.
check it out. Oh my God. Okay, so I have a spicy take on that. So this
Okay.
is the RS11
This is Doja.
from
Connected and
Doja and
Doja
Connected.
collab.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really good and it's pretty. I think you'll like it.
It's super dark, right?
Mm,
I feel like a lot of the RS11 I've
Yeah.
seen has been dark.
ish.
Ooh, yeah. It's like almost blue.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's really gorgeous.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's good. But I think I had a better RS11 from THC Design.
Spicy. Spicy.
It was really tasty. And
Should I
this
roll this?
yeah, roll it up. It's really good. See, and that's the thing. I mean, it's like a grade A versus
Nog.
like it's like, I mean, it's perfect.
Gorgina structure.
But I will say just taste wise, I feel like they have both really like strong flavors, but
Uh-huh.
the THC Design one was really flavorful. Okay, so when you're looking for weed, you're out shopping,
Mm-hmm.
you're at like this heady dispensary like you went to with Natasha. You're there. You're with your bud tender.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for? What are you asking for?
I go orange. I want to see their selection of orange. I always do.
Yeah.
But I
terps?
usually, and I usually know what they are ahead of time.
What
Like,
are orange terps?
like I would say like for Fidel's, it's Flowers of Zion.
Mm,
When they had their push pop,
yeah.
they had raspberry do-si-do.
Okay.
They're all like have like a orange like flavor to it.
Okay.
For CBX, I
Mhm.
get La Orange, which me
Yeah.
and Natasha are smoking right now. Or I get Tropicana or Tropicana cookies, I think they have.
Mhm. So is that like smell, taste?
Smell and taste. I don't know if you've had like forbidden fruits that have like different
Yes.
like
Yeah.
it has that like orange pull, almost
Okay.
like punchy.
Mm.
I really like that. So I look for a good one, but sometimes they could be a little buzzy in the head, if that makes sense.
I feel you.
It makes you
Yeah.
a little like
Yeah. That's
it's
why when you
super
asked.
sativa-y.
Yeah.
Sativa-y.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was in air quotes if you're listening to the audio.
where are you at in the sativa indica conversation?
Yeah, I just like don't even.
What's your vibe there?
I hate having the conversation because it's like not real. You know what I'm saying? It's like not like what are we even talking about anymore?
Yeah.
It's like everything is a hybrid essentially, unless it's like a land race, right?
Right.
So it's like,
Mhm.
why are we even having this discussion? Like, let's just come up with new words.
What would be your new words?
I don't know if I have one yet,
Yeah.
but I also don't know if it's my responsibility to come up with it.
I was just wondering.
You know?
We thought of some other really good ideas on this.
Oh yeah,
podcast.
I'm sure I could come up with it.
I was just like, where can we take this?
No, you're right. You're so right. Like, I'm like, wow, I'm so annoying. I'm like, I'm not being paid for this right now. So sorry, my marketing hat is off.
You're like, I don't fucking know and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
so someone else can figure it the fuck out because it's not going to be me today.
Yo. I'm such a douche. I'm sorry. Oh my God, that is so funny.
Oh my God.
I don't know that I believe in like sativa or indica classifications. I just feel like it's all terps, right? So like an orange terp is going to be more energetic. It's or a lemon.
Yeah.
Or and something that's like more gassy is probably going to be more in the couch. Something that's a little sweet, usually in the couch. Like, you know, like I think you could kind of start to understand it based on how the flavors make you feel.
Yeah.
What flavors are there and how are you feeling as a result?
Yeah. I definitely, when I realized that weed could have flavor, I was like, oh, this is cool.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh,
That's the passion of it all.
Yeah. I got it at that point. I was
like
like,
I'm
oh,
not
I
sure it's
understand.
even like I could do without the high if I had to.
Interesting.
Like when it comes between flavor and feeling,
That's
I'm
pretty.
looking for flavor.
Yeah.
Almost always.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, I had a bud tender the other day tell me like, well, this one is tastier, but this one has a really good high that I really like. So I recommend this one. And I was like, I don't care about the high. I just want to taste the fun stuff.
That is a good description, though. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that told me what to go with, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going with the one that just made you get high. Like, what if I want that feeling? I'll just take a dab.
Right. Okay.
Or an edible.
Yeah. Or an edible.
Oh yeah.
Damn. I do like edibles. You're very good at making.
I love doing edibles with you. I love it.
Amazing also at making edibles. I mean,
And
you were in the New York Times for it. Just by the
was.
way, everyone.
Yeah. And you were there. And
I was there, yeah.
You made an incredible cake.
That was very good.
You made an incredible cake and you infused me some nice canna butter too for the event.
Dude, I ate a lot of that. I went to Taco Bell after the dinner. After a full Thanksgiving dinner.
We almost exploded that night. So I really can't believe you went to Taco Bell because
I get extreme munchies.
There were so many leftovers that like we ate like 4 Thanksgivings that night.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know, like after you left and went to Taco Bell, we were moving on to another plate anyway.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
We were just eating Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
Continuing to get medicated.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, so yeah, what's going on here? You're about to roll up.
Yeah, I am. Oh, you want to talk a little bit about rolling up?
Yeah.
This is something unique. I'm curious if others do this. I roll joints. I'm a right-handed person.
Yeah.
But I put the filter on the left side. And I've heard and Natasha's left-handed, which I didn't know. I actually recently found that out.
I don't think I knew that either.
Crazy, right? Yeah. She just sprung it upon me today, like as if this was something
really
I've already known.
Yeah.
Huge news.
Not like just a
I want to write a press release.
I needed a memo.
Right?
At the least.
The very least.
Yeah.
There was no bulletin, nothing.
Mark's
anyway.
Looking in like, did you know that?
He didn't know it either. No one knew. She's just secretive about this. Anyway, I put the filter on the left side. Apparently she does too. And other lefties that I know do as well. And it makes me think, did you know that my mom said when I was a kid, I was trying to be a lefty. I was naturally gravitating towards left.
What?
And she forced right on me. She forced me right.
Are you ambidextrous?
No.
Damn.
Not at all.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be that disappointed.
No, it's okay. I'm disappointed too. I'm really disappointed, honestly.
That really felt like that TikTok sound where the person's like something about some amount of kids or how old they are. I don't know. And they're like, damn.
So what that reminded me, I'm like, I try not to kill
I know. And of course now I just am like, that reminds me of that TikTok sound. It's like disturbing.
I like how you say that and then like our minds can go to like 8 different sounds.
I know. That's not okay. All right, you just put a ton of weed in that.
I really did.
That's thick.
She's a thick girl.
Wow. So do you put the filter in while you're...
The first thing I do is put the filter down.
That's first. Okay. Do you do glue up or in?
Up or in what?
Like, is the glue facing...
Don't
people do like a backwards roll or... Like...
Oh, yeah, no. That's impractical. We're talking about a daily, reliable joint roll.
I love you.
Yeah. That's what you need. Like, that's what we all need.
Someone was like, why don't you do the back roll? And I was like, I literally couldn't even tell you what that is.
Yeah. Actually. Oh, please. Like, oh, yeah. That's the technique that made it easier. No one said that, you know?
People were trying to say that, though.
Lying.
Okay.
Come on.
Thanks for validating.
You got to know the old fashioned way. This is the only way that matters. And I'm not saying I know the only way to roll a joint, but my way is... It's practical.
No one said that.
No one said that. No one said it, but it's a practical roll.
Yeah.
So what I do is I throw the filter in and I hold it by the filter, right? And then when I start to tuck, it's like I just try to even it all out, right? Make it all one little level, one little layer. All about the same thickness. Keep your filter in. Right. And then I'm going to start to tuck at the filter.
Oh,
so look, I made almost like an initial roll just by tucking that part in.
Whoa.
And I'm just going to do the same all around.
You're really working it.
Exactly. You got to show it who's boss.
See, I'm a little timid when it comes to my roll.
Look, it's slowly rolling itself.
Wow. This is
it's not
honestly
perfect up
like
there?
magical.
No problem. This is how you make a cone.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to tuck it, but it's going to be a little bit chunkier at the end. It's not fully closed.
I dig that.
Then I'm going to lick.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to cone. So, okay, this is going first.
Okay.
Then I slowly go up like that.
Wow.
And look, it's like a perfect cone.
Oh my gosh, your nails look really good too.
Thank you.
That's
and
so
then I'm going to
pretty.
stuff it. And I'm going to stuff it using this cuff by Z's paper.
I love that.
And you just kind of push it in.
This is a gorgeous shot, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. I did hand model in a past life.
I mean,
briefly.
Working it for all the audio listeners.
Thank you. And then you just do a pinch and twist.
You're a pinch and twist.
I'm a pinch and twist. And then I always, this is probably because I do it kind of sloppy.
Yeah.
A little extra paper there. So I'm just going to burn that off first.
You're going to burn it.
It'll stop at the tip. It doesn't really burn it. Make it nice and even. What? And then you burn off the little twisteroonie.
That's a new hack to me, personally. The burning of the filter.
I don't want it to get too resiny.
Dumb stuff to get that off. Wow.
Yeah, and then you just lighten.
Wow. Look at that. Incredible. That was a very practical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything fancy.
No.
You know, but I do think it is a skill everybody should know.
Yeah.
Because you never know when you're not going to be able to get a cone or a piece of clean glass. Like, you should know how to roll a joint.
Absolutely. I mean, I totally agree. I'm mostly glass first.
Yep, definitely.
But, like traveling especially.
Definitely.
When I was traveling recently, I didn't know I was going to find stuff. And all I could find was zigzag cones. Which I already roasted you for, which I already called you a boomer for. It worked, and I didn't have to roll.
And by the way, if Zigzag wants to sponsor me, I changed my opinion.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them for real. Yeah, no, I'm proud of them for showing up for you. The people like you still need options.
I need cones, and I didn't really give a shit whose cone it was, as long as it was there and pre-rolled for me.
This tastes delicious.
Okay,
I think it tastes really good. I don't know if it's sometimes I notice
it feels like a really wonderful roll, like not too loose, but also not too tight.
Thank you.
It's just right. This is like the Goldilocks of joints,
right? I always want to be somewhere in the middle.
Very even and circular burn.
Yep.
White ash.
That's what I'm saying. This bud is not bad. It's actually quite good. This RS11.
You know what? I take it back.
Right?
I think
it's a little good right now.
I think maybe just the way I smoked it wasn't from clean glass or something.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It is really flavorful.
I think you kind of have to try bud in a few different mediums to get the full scope of it. Because
totally.
Yeah, sometimes this is crazy, but I think I can't taste bud often unless I smoke it in a blunt.
Interesting.
That's where I think I can pull the flavor into its own category in my mind and be like, yeah, this is how the bud tastes.
Yeah.
Because the tobacco is so consistent for me.
Interesting. I always feel like I need the cleanest glass possible and then to light with hemp wick.
Interesting.
Or wand.
What's wand?
Torch a glass wand and then you just light the bowl that way.
I don't think I've ever seen this method of smoking.
I'll show you.
Interesting. Yeah. Thank you.
It's really tasty. But you can't get it too hot because then you're just burning the fuck out of it.
Yeah, no, I can't. I can't do hot dabs. I'm extremely...
it's not a dab.
I know. I feel you, but I think the same applies,
right? Yeah. I
don't like
didn't
things
think about it that way.
Super, super hot when you first take them in.
Huh. You know what? You're right. I don't know. I will test that out.
Awesome.
I will experiment.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Before we go, I would love to know, you've rolled us this beautiful joint. Mm-hmm. Many people are rolling themselves beautiful joints. I will not judge your joints.
Yes, thank you for smoking with us, actually.
Yeah, today. As long as you don't judge my joints, because someone called me Helen Keller in the comments.
They said it looked like Helen Keller rolled this joint, which is just absolutely rude.
It's the most savage thing.
That's really rude, honestly.
It's crazy.
Everybody's on their own journey.
So, yeah, I've been feeling a little self-conscious about my joint rolling skills.
No, we're gonna get you up there. We're gonna
do
work
some
on boot camp.
We're gonna do some boot camp. So, everyone's rolling more joints these days, and trying to post on social media. And you're like, social media expert, magical lady extraordinaire.
Thank you.
Many other compliments.
Thank you.
So people want to post weed like wine, like even beyond content creators and brands. There's people who are just enjoying a joint on the weekend with their friends or after work and want to share that.
Right. Like it's part of their aesthetic moment
it's
that
the
they want to capture.
It's just like holding a glass of wine or a beer
or
in
kombucha.
A photo. Or kombucha or a coffee.
Literally, yes.
Maybe a joint with your coffee, honestly.
My favorite combo.
Samesies. For sure.
Yeah. We do know this. This is a big pillar of our
we're
friendship.
We're looking at each other like
we're just discovering it. We're like, cool.
Neato, friend.
Meanwhile, we're like, can I pick you up any coffee or weed on the way to the studio?
Literally, my texts on the way here today. So what are your best social tips for sharing weed like wine?
Yeah, something I heard recently is that you want to make sure that the CA with the exclamation point on the label doesn't show.
Because the AI is picking it up.
The AI is picking that up. That's a big one. That's a big for red flags. Have you heard that?
Wow. No, but it's like I feel like I should have known that.
What's crazy is I saw something.
That's brilliant.
And I don't know if this is conspiracy lore, if this is social media lore, but someone said airports are also doing the same thing. And I think what they're picking up is the exclamation point.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think watch out for the exclamation point in general.
Ooh, okay. I do take it off. I mean, if I were traveling, I would take it off.
Yeah. Word. Yep.
It is a practice that I feel I would partake in, but had not known to. Yeah. When I've traveled with weed, I take that shit off for sure.
And you also shouldn't. You're a medical patient. And
we're here smoking weed. I don't know why I was trying to even remotely hide that.
Yeah. Moving on. We think you also probably, you have to use social media safe language, which if you haven't talked about this yet, it's like we're using hidden words masked as other words to talk about different things. And it's like they're innocent things too. It's not like I'm selling weed. It's like, I really enjoyed this. This was really tasty.
Yes.
Just like trying to like connect with other people about something that is your hobby or interest or medicine or et cetera, or all of them.
Absolutely.
And yeah, just be careful of what you're posting. I think make sure that the words are not too obvious. That anything that you think Chat GPT could pick up, I would say use your mind and be like, this is how smart AI is.
Yeah. You know what? That's crazy
Post as if AI is watching. Yeah.
Wow, that just got really weird.
Yeah, sorry about that.
When you like watch a horror movie and you're like, I have to turn on Disney Channel. I don't know. I just got that vibe.
I don't feel that way because I'm not a Disney adult, but
neither am I. It's just like, I swear to God.
I don't know if I believe you. That was a weird comment to just come out of nowhere.
To God. I am not. I don't do that.
Liz Whiting denounces Disney adult allegations.
The last time I went to, I'm going to get on a tangent. Okay, so we'll talk about this later.
My nose is so cold.
Should I like rub it for you?
You want to feel it? It's like an ice cube.
Boop.
It's weird. Like when I get high, my nose, hands, and feet always get cold. How about you?
I usually just feel like I have to pee.
Ooh, interesting.
And I don't know why.
That is weird.
It is.
Have you ever had to pee so bad your teeth hurt?
Totally.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people
My
say
whole body
no.
hurts.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think it's because I have like issues though.
Okay.
It's like
maybe I do too.
Maybe because like all your nerves are connected to like this is like a nerve center. It's like the nerve center.
Crazy.
And so you feel so much stuff. And so a lot of times when you have issues in your like pelvic zone, and this is for the gentleman as well, it can like really fuck with like so many different parts of your body. And so like when I had like chronic pain stuff, when it was getting super bad, it would send like crazy shoots of pain down like the backs of my legs because the nerves
Sciatic
are
nerve.
connected.
Wow.
And so even though I didn't actually have anything like going on with my legs, I was in so much pain because like all that shit was connected. And so I would get a lot of like jaw stuff. There's a lot of people with like TMJ issues.
Yeah,
that
people
they
with
find
TMJ.
is, like,
it's either psychological
else.
or nerve pain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I
Crazy.
totally feel you.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we just
so yeah, randomly my whole life, like if I really have to go, my teeth are almost like my teeth nerves, I guess.
Huh.
Interesting.
I wonder if it's connected.
I do wonder.
Curious.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it sounds like we have a lot of things to discuss.
Yeah, I think so.
Post podcast.
Let's go over our symptoms later. Off camera.
So I
don't want to interrupt this super sexy convo.
This insane pain.
Yo, a lot of cannabis consumers are patients. No, like totally. It just goes to show. Like,
I mean, that's the of just like sharing on social media. I want to share like, hey, I had this strain. I tried Awesomine on my period. It's a great terpene. And it's fantastic. You should try it on your period.
Awesomine.
Awesomine.
It's Awesomine. Yeah. It's awesome, man. Get me off this camera.
No, now we can keep going.
Yeah, right? Jesus. Please, God.
Okay. No, but for like seriously, I think that people should be able to like share that shit and say, hey, I use this and
it helped me.
But you can't. And then if you are, it's like it's deleted or shadow banned or doesn't get reach. And I think that's crazy. And a lot of people are now like experiencing that more than ever.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It is wild.
I don't know. Okay. So I think that's it. Anything you want to share?
Yeah, I would just like to throw flowers right back at you and say that you're a really great host. I listen to the podcast in my own time and I think you have some awesome guests on and people who inspire me as well. So thank you for creating that community.
No.
And I want to just, everybody who's doing the thing, keep on pushing. The cannabis industry right now is not easy at any point, farmer, small business owner, I'm maybe large business owner even. I think they're not doing great either.
Yeah,
not that I care, but influencer, even people trying to buy cannabis, so sending you all flowers too. I hope you get a really nice fat blunt soon. But yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, right.
And then you did mention, I don't want to forget, you said you had an event potentially coming up.
I think I do have an event coming up. I will be sharing details about it soon, but a quick hint is that I hope you like French fries.
Ooh, I think a ton of people could probably vibe with that.
A little
in
birdie
New York, probably, right?
In New York.
Yeah, okay.
There might be some egg and cheese, French toast, taco, and pizza French fries.
What?
Coming your way.
Okay.
Potentially could be in partnership with Grav Labs,
We know them.
We do know them.
And we do like them.
We do.
Okay, cool. Well, fun.
So stay tuned. It'll be really fun and foodie and consumption friendly. So
excellent. And where can people find you and your new podcast and all your work?
You can find me at How Canna Help You, the letter U, on all channels. And then you can find our podcast, me and Natasha, at Not For, the number 4, Nothing Pod.
Amazing.
Yeah. On all streaming platforms coming very soon.
Very soon.
All right.
Okay, perfect. Well,
thank you for having me.
No, thank you so much for being here. And thank you all for watching another episode of Send Us Flowers. I hope you had fun. I had fun. I'm pretty lit.
I had fun. I'm very lit.
I also hope, if you're smoking up right now, let us know. If you can't smoke up right now and you're like driving on your way home or like to work, I don't know, maybe you should take a hit before you go into work, but like when you're parked.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope you enjoy. And we're taking a hit for you. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one. See you next week.